com. It's AJ back. Welcome everybody. For the record, it is the 18th day, October 2025, right? Shalom Shabbat, right? Shalom Shabbat, that's what they say, right? Today is their day, you know? No problem. So check this out. I just came fresh out of a space because clearly I cannot have more than a minute to speak because now they have the power of the mute. You know, they're ghosting the space. They want to listen to you. Dr. Huta, you know, you're a doctor. You're an aspiring doctor. MashaAllah. Great. I respect you. So we had few speakers. I want to speak to a few points. But I'm going to call out the people because at the end of the day, either you host a space or you ghost a space. When you are only, you know, projecting and you do not, you reject what other people from the West are telling you, irrespective of their ethnicity, background. Listen, we're not talking geopolitics because what the fuckery is happening now, the fuckery is only evolving to being powered by fuckery, right? AI. Fuckery on AI. So here's the thing. You are investing a lot of money. So another man, MashaAllah, Hussein al-Shammari. I'm calling out people because if you don't have, right, you don't have the courage to speak and put face. Right? You put a face to your name and you speak your name. Why are you fucking, okay, you want to be Dr. Huta? Great. We all go by last name. You can call me Muhandis al-Shihabi. No problem. Alright? What does it matter? So, I come to fucking the country because you have to understand fundamentally there's this fucking triangle. There's this fucking triangle and this opposite triangle. Two fucking triangles. This is the fucking buy triangle, right? So you have to invest, right? So you either invest in speculation, fuckery, or you invest in the real thing which Allah ordered you to do, right? But no. You want to preach and yap and lord because you have no understanding of how the people in the West actually do live and how the laws operates, right? The fucking same triangle. Because the same by triangle is the trust law, right? So now here we have at the lower courts or at the municipal level or the internal laws they call them, right? Civil code. We have a civil code, right? We have a fucking civil code. So now what happens? When you are charged with felony, right? Well, supposedly, because felony is doing something bad. You cause harm. Whereas when you are looting, there's a threshold, $5,000. And then, you know, you go before the court. Fundamental justice, you can go to the fucking what? The courthouse and actually get your fucking, you know, verdict on the spot. Now wait a couple years before you shit and you are fucking innocent. So understand what I'm trying to tell you. Beside the money, because this money, you have the oil, you had the oil. But now, diversification, you have roughly $1.25 trillion. That's what the number was given. I agree with that. Yes, no problem. That's statistics. You go on fucking Google research and you find out. It is not even 2%. It's 1.25%. 1% of the world total economy. Right? Which is tied to debt. How much is the debt? You can look at the debt. It's 110 roughly, right? 110 what? Trillion fucking dollars. What kind of dollars? Fictitious money. What kind of fictitious money? Well, go backed by what? Petrodollar, which is no longer today's commodity. It is climate change. The fucking earth is boiling. You fucking retards. You have floods everywhere in Saudi, in Egypt, everywhere else. We have all these wars happening. And you are guys like this. You know, you guys are fucking retards. This is why I speak the way I speak, because you idiots cannot think. So when someone wants to bring technology, now you fucking have to get the Tesla factories, the fucking BMW factories, the Saudis, right? Because you guys like the high horses. The higher the horse, the richer you are. You know, the higher the camel. First, get the camel before you even get the fucking, because if you're a sheep herder, you cannot fucking travel and do, you know, commerce, merchant. You know, go buy and sell merchandise, because at the end of the day, life is buy and sell, right? But you're forgetting the whole. You're forgetting the whole sum of you, who the fuck you are. So before you bring in the religion, ethnicity, my hair to the side, perhaps I did it on purpose so people can just say, oh, this guy is out of his mind. Fuck you. It's natural law, you fuckheads. Right? Natural law. Oh, Allah. That's it. So now you want to invest. Yeah, you want to invest. If you don't like my attitude, listen, my technology doesn't have my attitude. Right? This is who AJ is. But I do business. Right? I do business. I look at you in the eyes and I see you and I shake hands. If you're not happy, well, we have a contract. That's why when you buy based on trust, which takes time to build. You don't know fucking AJ. You don't get along with AJ because you don't understand fucking AJ. You just get a snapshot, right? They fucking broke my tooth. Who the fuck are they? I had perfect teeth, right? They fucking broke my tooth. These stooges of the Quebec, right? Got no police, right? Why? Because your brother, Dr. Huta, your brother, AJ, right? A human being, perhaps. Now, fuck Palestinians. You know, Palestinians, are sheep herders. They don't understand nothing. That's the mainstream narrative that, we are just fucking terror. Fuck you. every single, hardship that has been inflicted on every single indigenous man. There's a right to return, self-determination for a reason. Yeah, fuck you. We speak like this not because we want to speak like this. We speak like this because we are never heard. And when we speak, oh, be quiet. Then you fucking go to the courthouse, they mute you. Why the fuck they muting people? Oh, because, the worship of what? Fuck you. Lower court, let alone, I gave them the notice of election. So my incident took place. So after the fuckery happened on the 17th day of November 2023. Sustained undue bodily, right? Undue bodily harm. Yeah, no fucking amount of money is going to bring that fucking tooth back. But if I have the right to self-determination, rescinding my fucking citizenship, shit isn't shit. It's not even a citizenship anymore. Because last I checked on the 19th, right? When I was released, I got my properties. I got released on the 19th day of September 2020 what? 25, just a month ago. And what happens? I was released with 10 pages documentation to and like just every single violation of your natural right as a human being, just to go about and just walk. Yeah, I was intercepted on the 13th day of September. Why? I produced my passport. So my passport, they have seized it. Who? The fucking provincial Quebec police. For 2 years, I listened to Mira, another person in the space. I listened to her, and she's spot on. It doesn't matter where you're from, man. You either see it for what it is, you call a spade or not. The normalization of evil, criminal activities, actions resulting in your, for the undue hardship, right? Not just, because you go to the slammer and they fuck you up. No, it's not about that. They can try all day long. They try to break you, and this is what they're trying to do all day long. So the new system powered by AI is going to basically, spot, and with the use of technology, drones and what have you. Look, I'm under a tree here right now, right? As always, alhamdulillah, can't complain. But when you go from being, right, a respected entrepreneur, engineer in the industry that is powering you, the fucking gadget you're holding in your hand, right? Every single person, well, what the fuck are you using? A cell phone, mobile, iPhone, dick, whatever you fucking want to use, right? What do you use it for? Well, it's your mini computer right now, because you're too fucking idiots to actually know how a computer works in the first place. You don't understand. Most of the average person does not have a computer science degree, electronics engineering degree, does not understand assembly, hex code, does not understand jack shit. And English is a pseudo fucking language. You have to understand, it's a machine code. When you write code, it's in English, not in the payload. The payload, it can be any language, right? But you have always command, register, data. That's it. Register. You have to give the command to a register, right? So you issue an order, command. Then there's a register, and then there's some operation, right? On the payload that you give. It's that simple. And you go from there. Right? Binary bits, right? Bytes, right? Kilobytes, etc. So now, data is the new oil. Why do I tell you about fucking, what the fuck am I talking? Because you have no capacity. You have no attention span. You're so fucking narrow focus, limited, because you perhaps got a PhD in fuckery. You're a doctor, you're a fucking trader, you're a fucking sheep herder, camel, doesn't matter. Where the money is, you follow the money. Oh, you see, there's an influx. There's all this hype. We call this the hype cycle in the West. So before Habibi, you come and speak and you say you want to westernize and bring technology, you're 50 fucking years behind. You missed that train a long time ago. You missed that train, 1974 to be exact. When you signed, who did the fuck sign? The Saudis. You remember, high horse. Because there was an oil embargo. So the dollar was backed by gold standard. And you have to understand economics. So I'm not just speaking to you based on, just because I want to speak to you, give you a spiel. It's understanding of what the fuck is happening. And now when the person speaking, the accused, right? The accused, they call me the accused because I'm a natural fucking person. The accused under the legal system. It's here. It's under my shoes. Right? So yeah, rescind citizenship. Fuck you and your fucking bullshit democratic pseudo-democracy, because the Canada no longer is Canada. It's China now. It's China, India. Just fucking go around. And they're bringing all the fucking people by the boatload, right? We have replacement, right? Refugee crises everywhere, but it's called forced fucking replacement under Agenda 21. So again, in the West, we are well versed of what's happening because we are going through the experience. We live this shit. We live this life. We see how they slowly, who are they? The fuckery, the matrix, right? You know, the stooges and the fucking, cities, because cities are not just cities. You don't just walk to a city, go city. There's people living in the fucking city. So when you reach, 100,000 people population, it all depends. You have to fucking go read your own fucking thing. I'm not here to school you on everything. But understand. So the data that this video is also data. To the eye is better. When you give your consent that they can use everything you produce, we are living in a digital fucking world. This is the fourth industrial revolution. The first one was coal, right? Steam engine. Second one was oil, right? And electricity at the same time coinciding, where you had Nikola Tesla. And then the third one, right? We had automation, computers and transistors. And now we have the fucking AI because, back in the second, during the second industrial revolution, you had a man called Nikola Tesla. Go look up Nikola Tesla, motherfuckers. Don't listen. You guys don't understand shit. The average person is not well versed with their own fucking history, let alone world history, let alone, the ability to think for themselves, because they have outsourced now to the fucking picky favorite, AI engine, right? Just like Google. It's Google on steroids. That's what it is. Google had indexed the fucking internet from the get-go. Back in the days when the internet became what? Public domain, because it was a private domain, military. All the fucking technology is a military, industrial complex. At the pinnacle, and then they go commercial. You are here consumer. Commercial is here, right? That's how it works. There's tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Always in all industries. When we work in the semiconductor industry, when I say I and myself, obviously we are a human being. I'm a human being at the end of the day. You're not just a fucking ID. And this is the secular world that we have in Canada. We have two judiciary system, right? It's not like this. It's like this. Because you have statute laws, right? Statute laws. Man-made bylaws, statute laws, right? Then you have the supreme law of the land, right? Natural laws. When you go to in the land. So this is what? Man-made land, because you're nature, right? You have to fucking live on this earth. Live on this planet somewhere. You have the right to self-determination. So yes, Mira's talking about Russia and what Russia is doing. Listen, there's fuckery in every country you go to because it's worldwide. It's worldwide. It's not just to a specific ethnicity, a specific race, specific color. You're a human being. Collectively, we are now going through this path because the world has no other option. They continue the fuckery from Nikola Tesla. What's Nikola Tesla has to do with all this? Free energy, yeah, fucking free energy. You're breathing, no? Your body, you're not, are you charged in? Perhaps you have a fucking shit up your ass, you're tethered to the fucking, like a humanoid, robot. Understand what technology is trying, listen, it's like a sword. Use it in a good way, right? Or you do it in bad way. But a lot of the people, they all do it bad way. Just, they're slashing. They're just slashing people, The same thing. A sword has two edges. You either swing one way and you kill somebody, or you swing the other and defend. So the right to defend is under natural laws. You don't need to fucking argue United Nations bullshit. This is the bodies, regulatory bodies that are installed. Why? Established. Why? Because you need to maintain global world and order, right? You need some sort of like international laws that sovereign nation as they are, recognized by the United Nations Assembly fuckery, right? Well, no, you don't have to. There's no such. And even now in Canada, if you are born to non-Canadian parents, you're born in the land, you cannot have a citizenship. Great, no problem. That's what happened to me. I was born in Syria, Damascus. I was born there. Both my parents were also born there. I was second generation, as I mentioned. And they had these laws way back. As Arab, Palestine, indigenous, from 1948, you could not have a citizenship. So I was stateless when I came to Canada. We came, not refugees, we came immigrants. What immigrants? We came under skilled worker visa. My father's an engineer, and I shared that information on the space. So now what happens? You cannot work because, guess what? You don't have no fucking Canadian experience. One fucker a year. You have to be the yes man for 1 year before you're allowed to actually go and, be working. So that's what happens. It does not work. He becomes a master licensed electrician. He's a fighter in the spiritual domain. Like, he's got the grit, resilience. He was working in the United States of America at one point, Dallas, and then working. He was there on a training mission to come back as a site expert engineer. So he's been to places. He's got the fucking know-how. But the same person is not allowed to work in the Middle East and the Gulf because of his Palestinian ethnicity. So we have to come to Canada. We come to Canada. What happens in Canada? He cannot work. Now he's a master electrician, no problem. His son, you're talking to him, AJ, right? Ahmad Jr. I go, not a word fucking English. Not a word fucking English. I spoke. Not a word English. I went to high school, English as a second language, Richmond High School. Right here in Ottawa. Why am I giving all these details? You wonder. Because the problem is this. You may not know. But this is, again, going to the court. Since we have court systems. Why do I fucking have to fill a fucking form, give you all this shit? Listen. Let's bring the evidence. Happy escort, bring the fucking evidence. What is it that you have against me? You have to go fabricate evidence before you can bring it. It's been over a year. I'm waiting for my fucking court case since August the 24th, 2024. Fuckery. I was unlawfully detained. They broke every single fucking code in their book. Let alone my natural rights and freedom. Unalienable natural rights and freedom, which are integral to my. If you think, oh, this guy's talking, this is how we speak. We project our voice. When you go to the fucking boardrooms and the fucking meeting rooms, you don't fucking speak. Nobody can hear you. You gotta fucking speak up. You gotta speak up. And when you're confident, when you know what you're talking about, people listen. You know, you're in the boardroom for a reason. You're not gonna come and fucking just. I have over 15 plus years experience. Cumulative experience from 2006. I had jump started my career at a fucking telecommunication company. Because again, you people just have a minute understanding. We're not people, sheeple. It's not to be personal. If you want to take it personal, either listen, because I have my own way to express myself under the Constitution. When you go to class, you listen to the teacher. You do not interrupt the teacher. I'm not your teacher. You know, life will teach you. Life will teach you, right? But then there are those with wisdom, knowledge, know-how. Because just because you know shit does not mean fuck all. You can stick it to the fucking wall, and whatever sticks. That's what you're doing. It's just bullshit you're throwing. Whatever sticks, right? And then you're crutching, broskies, trying to fucking, just parrot propaganda, parrot things that you think it's correct, you think it's true. It's not. It's not. You just have to go back and critically analyze and think what's happening globally, not just from your minute level, myopic view. You could be PhD fuckery. Listen, man, there's a saying in layman English we say here in Canada. You cannot beat a fucking horse to what? You cannot beat on a dead horse. Well, you don't want to be dead, number one. Number two, you can take the horse to the water, right? You can take a horse to water, but you cannot force the horse to drink its water. So understand, fundamentally, you cannot. This is why when you go to the court system, they ask you to make sure, are you pleading guilty? How come I'm not even allowed? Right? I have time and time again contested, plead not guilty from day one. It took them over a year to give me the disclosure of otherwise 5 criminal charges, right? Mischief, number one, mischief. That's the primary ground, mischief. And then obstruction, and then assault. I'm giving you it because that's what they told me. But they don't go back. What mischief? What mischief, you motherfuckers? What mischief? You are unlawfully, right? Without any due process of the law, no search warrant, no seizure warrant, nothing. And you had just told me you can come back within the hour. Your car will be on the road. Come back with a person with a valid driver license. I've been driving for 3 years. 0 at-fault accidents. You have my record. I can request the record. So now when you go and defame the subject, right, of the person, right, a natural person, which again you're in violation, right, of my constitutional rights. So fuck that. As a natural person, section